Hi everyone, hope you're well. Excuse my voice, I've had a cold this week, but I wanted to get this information to you. So we've finally got some new information. Thank you to the viewer who brought this to my attention. I'll give you a quick summary and then I'll show you a few screenshots of where I got this information. So basically it's looking likely that unvaccinated people can go to the USA from the 11th of May and possibly sooner, but it's still a little bit vague. So let me give you the summary first. On the 29th of March last week, the US Senate passed HJ Res 7 to end COVID restrictions on May 11th, 2023. That is the order which ends the COVID-19 public health emergency, which we know expires on May 11th. So now that the Senate has passed it, the final step is that it goes to the White House for the president to sign it off. I've heard that this has to happen within 10 days. I haven't seen anything that says it has to be 10 days. So if anyone has anything on that, do let me know, but possibly 10 days. And there's a quote from a White House official saying that Biden doesn't really want to sign it, but he will when it comes to his desk and he will not veto it. So there is a chance it could end sooner than May 11th. The issue I still have is that wasn't there a separate declaration for travel restrictions for unvaccinated people from this public health emergency declaration? So let me show you what I found. This story was just from the US Travel Association saying that they're very happy about this overturning of the vaccine mandate. Then I found this from Travel Pulse where they say pretty much the same thing. This is from Travel Pulse. The next step is for the White House to sign off the bill. That's what I've said already. Then there was this from CNN, which is the same information I've already said, just from a different source. See here, it says Biden strongly opposes it, but will not veto it. So we shall see. Always good to go back to Novak Djokovic. They always kind of jump on his situation with any stories about this. Novak's US Open fate confirmed as Joe Biden to sign off on new policy. Now, this is saying it like it's definite. I think this is from the Daily Express, though, so just consider that. I found this as well. Biden plans to sign measure ending national COVID-19 PHE declaration. And the second part of this, so this is from the same thing. The declaration is separate from the COVID-19 public health emergency declaration. This is new information to me. Biden announced in January that both the national declaration, which ends the requirement to be vaccinated to travel, and the public health emergency would end on May 11th. All I had heard is that it would be the public health emergency, not this other declaration, but it says it here. It's the only place I've read it, though. The president has not indicated when he plans to sign the measure terminating the national declaration. So it's still a little bit of a grey area. The other thing to bear in mind is this. So from the TSA, the requirement for proof of being fully vaccinated ends, and we know they kept extending that every 3 months. That ends on April 10th, which is in 10 days from now. So that would coincide, wouldn't it, with that 10 days he's got to pass that bill that the Senate's passed. So should be an interesting week. If that was passed on the 29th of March, really I'd expect him to sign it off by this Friday. So let's just watch this space, see what happens this week, and hopefully we'll have a clearer picture by the end of the week. I'll be watching it and I'll keep you updated. Okay, thanks everyone.